Hi, I'm Mrs. Denise, and today I get to read the story, The Big Red Tractor and the Little Village. And it's written by Francis Chan and illustrated by Matt Daniels. Once upon a time, in a happy little village, a big red tractor lived in a cozy little shed. Everyone worked together to move the big red tractor through the field. Half the villagers pushed him, and the other half pulled him. He smiled cheerfully, glad to help, even though they never seemed to move him very far. The villagers worked very hard, and they always finished plowing the field just in time to plant delicious vegetables and sweet fruit before the rain came. Then one day, something amazing happened. Farmer Dave was cleaning out his attic and discovered a book tucked inside an old chest. It explained how the big red tractor had been made, and it showed powerful things no one knew he could do. There it is. Farmer Dave stayed up all night reading the book. He couldn't wait to tell everyone what he had discovered. The next morning, Farmer Dave gathered the villagers to tell them the good news. The big red tractor can move on its own. If we fix him, he could plow the entire field in just one day. But nobody believed him. There's no way that tractor can move on its own, they said. It sounds like a fairy tale. They laughed at him and went back to their work. This made Farmer Dave very sad. But Farmer Dave didn't stop believing what he had read. Every night while the villagers were asleep, Farmer Dave stayed up late fixing the big red tractor. Finally, after many nights, Farmer Dave was done. He jumped onto the big red tractor and turned him on. Put, 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 kaboom! He jumped into the driver's seat and had so much fun that he plowed the whole field that very night. The next morning, the villagers woke up to a huge surprise. Their work was done for them. They would not have to spend many weeks pushing and pulling the big red tractor over fields of dirt. It's a miracle! Who did this for us? Look over there, they said. It was Farmer Dave sleeping on the big red tractor. The people shouted happily. Farmer Dave was right. The tractor book is true. That year, the villagers plowed and harvested many fields. They had so much extra food that they were able to share it with people in other villages who needed it. When they visited other villages, Farmer Dave and the big red tractor always took the book with them so they could teach others the wonderful news they had learned. The little village kept sharing, and villagers became known as the most generous people in the world. Here in the newspaper it says, "Little village feeds thousands." Did you know that you are like the big red tractor? God made you, and He knows just how you work best. He wrote a book full of truth that you can read to help you know how to live, too. What book do you think that is? The Bible tells us that if we try to do things on our own, we won't accomplish much. But if we trust in Jesus, God gives us His Spirit, so we'll have new power, the power to love others and tell them about God. God made us to be a blessing to others. Through the Spirit, we can do great things just like Jesus. And in the Bible it says, when the Holy Spirit comes to you, you will receive power. Acts 1:8. And that's the end of this story.